What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
Welcome back to Creative Culture. It's your boy Nemo.
Episode
35.
35. That
35.
is correct.
35 weeks in a row. Like I said, my name is Nemo. This is your boy across right here.
Joey. And this is your boy.
Aaron, you're not going to be on screen the whole time, man.
Yeah,
I'm not going to have you on screen the whole time.
I love having Aaron
He's on screen right now, but I'll take him off.
Oh,
here's short. No, the whole time, because the whole duration of the video, he just pops in and out. People were laughing. Yeah. But I am glad that he came by for last week's episode.
That was good.
Unfortunately, you didn't go to sleep until super late.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I went to sleep at 8. We had a good party. It wasn't that kind of party, but great conversation with some family. Didn't leave the house until like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Went get some McDonald's breakfast with my wife and my daughter, and then we fell asleep afterwards. I didn't see you guys text till after the recording was done.
Yeah, so it's all good though. He did wish he can obviously come and surprise you, but
I know I saw that.
He'll be back in a few weeks. He's gonna be going on vacation as well afterwards, so that's cool, man. Aaron,
he's gonna have a good time over there.
Aaron, we miss you. We love you, brother. But today, if people follow us on Instagram, which I hope you guys do, if you don't, at Creative Culture Cast, they will see that this is the first time that Creative Culture was on another podcast. We were on B.O.S.S Podcast with Fua and
on
Timmy.
Somebody else's. We had Preacher Hour over here.
Well, yeah, we had Preachers Hour here.
Yeah, Preachers Hour
but
here.
It was the first time that we're guests on someone else's.
Yes.
So shout out to our brothers, Pastor Fua and Timmy B. It was such a good B.O.S.S Podcast. It was such a great one.
Nice setup.
Nice setup. Yes, beautiful.
Good action.
Beautiful setup.
Got some good pictures, a little bit of good promo as well. Great conversation.
Man, we'll get into that right now. But how did you feel about everything? How was it like? Because we're so used to running, I guess, our conversations, running the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. How did it feel like being able just to be a guest on someone else's?
Well, this is the thing. It's Timmy B and P Fool, and we've talked to them 1,000 times before this. So for us talking, it was just having a normal conversation. It was easy.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you talk. Hey, I'll chime in a little bit. You talk.
It was fun, man. It was real fun.
Yeah. Everybody had a lot of valuable words of wisdom. Different things, different experiences, different perspectives, newer perspectives. I learned a lot of stuff. I definitely learned a lot of stuff. Yeah. Just having a conversation with you three.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun.
I thought it was amazing too. I had a busy day that day. We were able to post a video for our Patreon members.
I saw that. That was nice.
They got to see me do a little bit of my work here with photography.
Well, you over here? Oh yeah, photography.
And then they got to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
it was real cool. Obviously, we're still working out the kinks. So, to all our Patreon members, please send me a text because y'all all know us. Send me a text. You got my personal number. Send me a text about the audio, what you guys thought about the video as well. But I really loved the conversation we had before. We did talk about church hurt. I thought it was a great conversation, especially getting a pastor's perspective, a music and tech director, full-time staff at our church, and then 2 leaders within our church, myself and Tim. I thought it was really great to get perspectives. I love the vulnerability that we all had. I love how honest and transparent Tim was, and especially at that one moment. I told you that to me was amazing. To see that there's 4 men of God, married men, all our wives were there. That was nice. That was real cool.
Different dynamic with the wives. They were the audience.
I thought it was really.
I really liked it. That was cool.
But it was really cool to see that there's our perspectives and how we've healed from some of the church hurt and and we've realized that some of the church hurt unfortunately just holds people back.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. I love how Pastor Fool, man, a pastor, being brutally honest about a topic that can be very difficult to talk about because he experienced some church hurt as well. You experienced church hurt. We have all experienced church hurt. And to see that we didn't let the pain stop us from still pursuing what God has for us.
Exactly.
Is what I love the most because we're 4 men there with wives, with children, except for Tim. Not yet, Tim, but come on, man.
Speaking of faith,
but to see that there was 4 men of God who were hurt, but didn't let the hurt stop them. I thought that was real,
and
real
that's
cool.
the whole point. The whole point of that we're talking about this stuff because we went through church hurt, and we don't want it to stop anybody else. So we've seen people who have been affected by it firsthand, whether they're friends, families, cousins, it doesn't matter. And we've seen how their relationship with God has ended or stopped or has been altered or distorted in some way. And for us, it's like, hey, man, we want to do better for ourselves, and we don't want you to be put in that position to where you're not moving. We got to get those wheels spinning. We got to start, gaining some traction, start moving forward in your relationship with God. And that whole conversation was simply to get people out of the rut, start moving forward and not to be hurt by this burden.
Not letting the circumstances that happen in your past determine the future that God beholds for you.
Exactly.
Most of us stop ourselves from the future or from what God has for us in the future because our past pains. I love how the Bible says that your past has no future. Not in the Bible. I'm sorry. It was a bishop that said that. I think it was TJ's. He always says that. I know. My bad. Don't roast me, y'all. I'm gonna put this as a reel too, just because I don't want to get roasted. But I love how they always say that your past has no future, but your future.
You said you're gonna get roasted.
I am. I already know people, bro. They're slamming me right now on the comments, especially TikTok.
That boy don't know about theology.
He already talking about Jesus. He don't know nothing about
Bible.
Hey, tell you what, the word that pastor gave today. My God. Well, anyway, let's get back to our topic.
That'll be another conversation. I think we need to do a recap on pastor's message.
I got all his notes. He emailed me all his notes. But I do love how all four of us have not let whatever circumstance stop us from the goal that God still has for us in our lives. And it's really incredible to see that.
That was a whole summary of it all. So what we want to do right now, kind of pick out, some of the moments and do a little bit of a recap. Now, we do want to say we're going to be doing a part 2 on that video. They're
coming to us.
Yeah, they're going to be coming right here to Creative Culture, our podcast studio. And there's a lot to talk about, man. Dude, church hurt, that's like, you can go on hours, if not days, talking about church hurt.
I love the questions that the wives were bringing up, especially Pastor Britt, your wife, Sarai. I love how they were asking us these questions. Like, there were some real honest questions. I don't remember the question 100%, but I do kind of roughly. The question was really like, what do you say to someone who's been hurt at church by the pastor? And I thought that was such a great question because so many people have been hurt from the pastors, right? And I don't want to give too much away. Right, because obviously we want y'all to go. The top of the link, literally description, the top link is B.O.S.S Podcast. Make sure y'all go subscribe and you go watch this one. It was great. Don't even watch it because we were on it. Watch it because it's a great podcast.
Yeah,
they released three videos their first time. It's just crazy to see that. But
so that was the fourth one, then their fourth episode.
Yeah, and just
our 34th. We're 30 episodes ahead.
Yeah, we're 30 episodes ahead of them. Well, 35. 31, I mean, 31 episodes ahead of them right now. Because we got 35 videos, they have 34. Well, before, I mean. So, yeah. That's just crazy. But
all you mathematicians out there, don't make fun of us.
They're going to roast us right there. Again. Bro. Comments, bro. Just slunder.
That's the bad thing about podcast. You got to be right and everything. Shoot, 1 + 1 is 2.
Well, it's true. But I just love how, our experiences, I believe, are going to bring healing to people. I believe they're going to bring some questions, and I strongly believe that some of the stuff that we shared, conversations are going to be started.
Yeah.
If anything, I think
and that's what we want.
That's what we want.
Start the conversations.
Yeah, start the conversation. So start the process of your healing.
Of healing, forgiveness, bro. Stop holding back. Have those deep conversations with people.
Be honest.
How you gonna move forward?
Yeah.
How you gonna better yourself?
Yeah.
I always want to be a learner, man. Learn from what happened in the past, but that starts with forgiveness.
If you learn how to forgive, you learn how to get healed.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you forgive is the moment the healing starts.
Exactly.
So don't let the circumstances of yesterday, today, even earlier this morning, stop you from what God has for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do love the fact that I think as we were talking, I think something that I said was, some people forget that pastors are just humans.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we fail to realize that pastors are just humans. Leaders are just humans.
Yeah.
Disciplers, the disciplee, they're just humans.
Yeah.
sometimes we forget that the only person that's not human, well, Jesus, he made himself flesh, but
100% man,
he's
100% divine.
man. Yeah, exactly. And I just love the fact that it was just really awesome. It was more of the gollier that podcast I think that we've had besides with Pastor Favila, Anthony Favila.
We had some good ones
that we
like
were a part of.
Rudy. I love Rudy.
Rudy as well. I just love the fact that we were able to just be ourselves on these podcasts. But man, dude, B.O.S.S Podcast, big on saving souls. I think that was just that podcast right there, man, left me with so much thinking. Ashley and I had like a conversation, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes about the podcast, just about it. And
it's always good to recap, kind of rehash some stuff.
It was good. I even asked Ashley, hey, did I say too much about, because I did share a story about one of the incidents that, one of the things that happened with I guess church hurt. Yeah. And I shared that story, and she said no. She said that I think it was okay that I shared it. Yeah. And she was just like, you don't know if someone else has a worship pastor like that at the moment that you had one. Mm-hmm. She's like, you don't know if that'll bring healing. I even shared with you a story about what happened after that. I didn't even share that on the podcast, but how everything just kind of went down even after things were mended. Yeah.
Oh yeah, things were mended, and then things were opened back up. Like an open wound. This stuff will be explained on the next podcast that we have, the part 2 with them. We don't want to elaborate a little bit too much on certain testimonies, but you did have an opportunity to share. P4 had an opportunity to share. I know Tim and I's got it. We got a couple of things that we want to talk about for that second part
to address. Yeah. If anything, this recap was really for you guys to just know, you can be healed. You will be healed, but it's up to you. 1 and 2. Just learning how to forgive. If anything, church hurt. Soft Christians is the title of this podcast that they released.
Yeah, that's right. Soft Christians.
And if anything, as a Christian, learn how to have thicker skin. I said this on the podcast. I said, most of us have thick skin when we're in the street, but then when we walk into a church, we're soft.
Oh, man.
We get saved, and immediately we become softies.
All of a sudden, we get judgmental. We get offended.
All of a sudden,
defending ourselves.
Yeah, all of a sudden, someone
feel
says
entitled. Yeah,
it's like all of a sudden I say one thing about your hair and you ready to cry, but back in the street you was ready to fight.
Ready to fight, a little bit different.
Makes
right?
no sense.
It doesn't. Oh, we ready to fight with Jesus.
Yeah,
for the right things.
Yeah,
not the wrong stuff.
Yeah. So, I think this is good for now. Yeah. So if anything, guys, make sure you guys watch it. Right, advise them to go watch this because it's a great podcast, and also subscribe to our boys, man. We have no hate here. We're not We're not competing with anyone. Trust me.
We're all on the same team.
Exactly. Joey, Aaron, myself. We all want to see Fua and Tim B.O.S.S Podcast be as successful as us. Yeah. We want them to be able to have the success like we do as well because they're honest, open, transparent conversations about saving souls and about
big on saving souls,
bro. Real conversations, soft Christians. Yeah, they had a faith conversation already. Yeah, these conversations are edifying and lifting people up, and I believe that if you want to get to learn about a pastor that doesn't care about the title but cares about the souls, watch B.O.S.S Podcast. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's just my thing, Yeah, because Fool is being, he knows he's a pastor, he knows his role, but he's being honest and transparent.
Yeah. I think it's important for pastors to do that.
And Tim, you about to be a pastor, so that's good that he's out there.
Timmy B.
What do you have to say? I guess to end it here about this podcast.
About this podcast, there's a couple of things I would say. Really pay attention and listen well. I know we had a little bit of audio issues. Okay, so we do apologize in advance for that. But this podcast is nothing just to listen to and just like kind of go one ear and out the other. Really pay attention. And like we said, we're talking about soft Christians. So when you go into this with an open mind, new perspective. Don't go into this, already looking for an offense in any way. We're not pointing fingers. That's not our job. We did not want to do that. It had nothing to do with pointing fingers. It has everything to do with just being a better self and building your relationship with God. How can you start new? That's what it was. Soft Christians. How can we be better Christians? How can we have a solid foundation? So when you go into this, make sure you really pay attention. You're not judgmental. You're not hurt by anything. But just go in just wanting to learn. I would say if you went into this podcast with the mentality of wanting to be a learner, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to better yourself for it. It's going to benefit you. You and your family. You're going to be the example to other people. Bro, I'm telling you, from it's like a domino effect. When it changes you, it'll start changing, converting other people. So just go in there, man. Just being willing to listen, willing to learn. That's it.
Let me share this one thing that they said, and then we'll end it here.
Let's do it.
He said in first, Thessalonians. I can never say that thing right. Thessalonians. Can't even say it. You hear me? Chapter 5, verse 11. It says, so encourage each other and build each other up, just as you already are doing. It's that simple. If anything, that this podcast was to build each other up.
Yes. Not bring anybody down.
Yes, did we share stories? Of course we did. I believe that stories will bring healing. Like Joey said, open your mind, open your hearts, because I believe that this podcast is going to bring a lot of healing for people that I personally know, some people that are closer to me, and even some people in my family. I believe that this podcast is going to open that door for healing to come in.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's good, dude. I've already had a conversation with some family members, and it opened up doors for healing. So I'm telling you, if you apply what was being said, if you apply what was being taught, and things that we experienced, man, your life is just going to get that much better for it. I applied it already, and I'm already started seeing, some healing in certain areas, with certain family members. So, and it's been good. I love the freedom in that and liberation. I don't like being bound down. I don't like tension in the room, different things like that.
I hate tension.
It just feels good, man, knowing that you're good, you're well with your family, your friends. Like there's nothing going on, Yeah. Not that I had anything deep,
Yeah.
But I some cousins came up and talked to me about a couple of things, and it was great. It was great conversations.
Yeah.
So.
You believe that, and we're about to end it, but I'm over here asking you a question. Do you believe that after that podcast, it was easier for you to go ahead and have a conversation with your cousins?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because it's like if they were to watch this podcast, in which they did, that opened up a couple of questions. It was good. So they know that I'm prone to talk about it because, I'm talking about it right here in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So we talked about some stuff. It was good. Good conversation, a little bit of tears here and there. But, bro, in the end, I was like, we left happy. We left loving each other, Healing. Like I said, it wasn't deep hurt. Nobody was holding a grudge or anything, but just some questions were brought up, and we're like, yeah, this is kind of what I learned from it, and like my past experiences, and to help this person move on from the same thing as well. We move on together as a family. So
that's good, man. That's so good. We might record another one real quick, bro.
If you want
a little 10-20 minute one just for these people. Y'all might get 2 episodes this week. Who knows? I don't know. But thank you guys for tuning in. We do have some really cool guests coming on in the next couple weeks.
Yes.
Timmy B from B.O.S.S Podcast will be coming on with us. Finally, he's gonna have a conversation with us.
We also got Pastor Jonathan,
yes,
and Rigo, music and tech director, both from South Valley Church in Lemoore.
We're gonna be having them hopefully this week. Maybe we'll be heading down this week to them.
This week, if not in a couple of weeks. But we'd love to get them, on the camera.
I got Pastor Anthony Favila coming back for part 2. He's just waiting for us to give us a date.
Next steps. We need to talk about next steps.
Hopefully these dates work out for all of us, and we'll be able to record with him. Man, we got so much just happening, and we're just excited. We in the next few weeks, you won't see this stage. You won't see the studio anymore either. You'll see something different, maybe temporary, for now, and then Joey, myself, and Aaron have some big plans about having our own studio. Yeah. And so we're excited. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. I know it's a very different podcast than usual. Usually we have conversations. Usually we have deep conversations or topics that we wanted to talk about. But we just wanted to recap that B.O.S.S Podcast again. I'm going to keep just saying their name. You know why? Because I believe people need to go subscribe to our brothers. Go listen to them on Spotify, Anchor. I believe Apple Podcasts very soon. If you have a podcast, Apple takes the longest to approve. Please, support our brothers Fua and Tim. They're also coming out with merch, I believe, soon.
Yep.
They don't play games over there. Fua, when he hits the ground running, he hits it running. So we were able to be a part of the process to help them even start the podcast as well. You know, that lets y'all know that we love our brothers, man, and we support them 1,000%.
1,000%.
You know, so we're excited for them, and go watch, go listen. If you guys are streaming this on Spotify, Apple, or Anchor, whatever else, on the description, I'll have their information there.
Yeah.
But if you're watching on YouTube, obviously here, link down below.
Yes.
Will be all their stuff. Make sure you go follow Fua, Tim, B.O.S Podcast. Go follow them all. Go show them some love. Let them know that you're from Creative Culture too, and let them know that the Creative Culture fam is supporting them as well.
Also, when that video comes out, we want to see what you guys want to talk about. Like, hey, give us some comments. What do you guys think about the conversation? We want to see some healing in the family, healing with some friendships, you know, our past hurts, churches. So talk to us, man. We love testimonies. We definitely want to see if anything's been changed in you guys' lives. So feel free to do that. Do not be scared, man. If you guys got to contact us personally, by all means do so. Don't feel like you have to comment and let everybody know your guys' business. But man, these are just blessings, things to praise, you know, and exalt, things that God's done in you guys' lives. So feel free to comment. We don't care at all. I would love that.
I look at the comments all the time. I check if there's anything new coming out. Just because we want to be able to respond to people. We want to be able to know that we're able to still touch them. Yeah. Even on TikTok, Instagram, even shorts on YouTube. I look at all those comments. Yeah. Of course, I block out the negative ones, but the ones that are positive are the ones that have questions. If it's a question that I believe it's worth answering, because some questions are just stupid. Yeah. They're like, oh, you know, like, if you're a Christian, why are you dressing like that? You look like a bum. Like, I'm not going to answer that question. Yeah. But if it's a question about the topic at hand or whatever it is, I love to comment back.
Especially since we're going to be doing a part 2. Give us some more questions dealing with church hurt.
Please, you know what? Please do that. Please let us know in the comments.
We have questions coming up. We can talk about some part 2 stuff for church hurt, soft Christians. And then when we say that we delete negative comments, it's more so insults. Not that. Yeah,
I block them out.
With some stuff.
I'll leave them on there.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with us disagreeing. Hey, we can disagree with anything, you know, and we'll be okay.
I've gotten called, man. Listen,
but insult a little bit different. We try to keep it.
It is what it is.
Be respectful.
We know social media brings that, so we don't obviously hold that to grudge. Yeah. If anything, I'm not a soft Christian. I got thick skin.
Thick skin, solid foundation.
Yeah, my foundation is solid. Boy, we're gonna talk about that next. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. What camera do I look? I'll look at this one. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Aaron, we love you, bro. We miss you. We're praying for you, Malia and VNA. We love y'all. Can't wait for you to be back, brother. But I know we're praying for you because it is hot. And my boy's working outside.
He lost 15 pounds. You guys saw him that last podcast.
Well, he about to lose 100 the way the heat is. You know, it's 108 degrees as we speak right now. So I know my boy's out there sweating his cheeks off. Man.
I think today's his day off. No,
I don't think so. No? They're just random days.
Oh shoot!
So
I'm sorry.
He might be working right now. So
I need to send him a care package, guys. You want to put something together? Let us know.
He loves Ghost energy drinks. He likes Prime, but he only likes the orange one. It's his favorite one. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.
Love you guys.